Since 1953, Henderson High School has served West Auckland in the education of young men and women. This video highlights the achievements of past pupils who, through hard work and passion, have made a difference to the well-being of their community.
Well, our family history started when 5 brothers came out from Croatia and started digging gum in the gum fields. From then on, my father moved into growing grapes and a 100-year story began. For many years we were 100% domestic, and now it's turned the other way around where we're 90% export.
My father established the vineyard. His passion was growing grapes, making wine. So he bought a piece of land in Huapai in 1943, the year that I was born. At 4 years of age, I used to gather grapes and put them in an old spray barrel and stomp on them and try and make wine. So I guess it was something that was in me.
My father always encouraged me more into the winemaking side of things, because my brother, he really enjoyed driving the tractors and doing that sort of stuff. So it was really early on, and then my parents encouraged us to go those two ways.
I went to work for George Fisnich as winemaker at Villa Maria in the very early days. After that, I decided to make wine myself and took my brother in as a partner after 2 or 3 years, and we started off Matua Valley. Well, the winemaking in the family came really from my mother's side because she was half Croatian. That's what the Croatians brought to New Zealand, was their way of making wine, and most of them were fortified type wines.
That was a big move, you know, going from fortified wines to table wines, because the whole industry was focused on fortified wines. But we could see that table wines was the way to go.
My greatest achievement was the introduction of Müller-Thurgau, German style, into the New Zealand market. And it just took off. And by 1979, every New Zealand winemaker was making Müller-Thurgau. That was the tipping point of the industry that really converted New Zealand beer drinkers to wine. And incidentally, I think it's worthy of note that it was Ross Spence who actually introduced Sauvignon Blanc into the market.
Well, I didn't really develop it very much.
Oh yes, you did, Ross. He was the pioneer. Ross was the pioneer of Sauvignon Blanc. We've got to give him that credit.
The Young Winemakers Club of that era was really the birthplace of the premium table wine production in New Zealand.
Informal group of winemakers who were probably at that time all looking at innovation.
We helped each other by asking questions, comparing notes, what do you do, what did you do? And in the end it became a regular thing. We didn't realise just how useful it was to us in progressing the quality of New Zealand wine.
If each of us didn't succeed, the industry wouldn't succeed and grow either. So we were looking after each other to ensure that the industry grew as well as it could at that particular time. I did a horticultural class at Henderson, which did assist me as well in getting your hands dirty and growing things, which I enjoyed greatly.
Henderson High School was a great character building school. You know, we were probably a little bit ill-disciplined, but when we came to Henderson High School, the principal at the time was an ex-army major, and he certainly imposed that high disciplinary action.
The school taught you tolerance of working with other people. I think it taught you respect, and that came from the headmaster, it came from the teachers.
It's a lot easier to go ahead with a quality education behind you than to go ahead without one.
Young people should follow their heart What they have a passion for, what they've discovered in growing up to that point, they're good at.
If a chap wants to be a builder, surely he should be a builder rather than an accountant.
You've got to be able to say one day, look, I'm going to give this a shot, and if I don't like it, I don't enjoy it, I'll do something else.
Make sure you're going to get into something that you're really going to enjoy, because enjoyment is just as important as earning dollars. Don't go into a job for necessarily all money. It has to be enjoyment as well, because you're going to do it for a long time.